Hi, and welcome to a very special episode of Away We Go. I am your host, Dan Vasquez, and we have a lot of special information to share with you today. Please stay tuned. Hi, and welcome again to this very special edition of Away We Go. Your host, Dan Vasquez, and with me I have Lena Kunel. Thank you, Lena, for being with me today as we are taking on the New Year edition of Away We Go.
Yeah, so stay tuned. It's going to be very exciting, and we go once around the whole world.
We have traditions in Asia, traditions in Africa, Central America, the United States, and many parts of the world. So, yeah, this is going to be exciting. But before we do that, let me just tell you something. Lena, do you know what did the ghost say on January 1st?
No.
He said, "Happy Boo Year." Okay, never mind. Let's better get started with the history of New Year's. So New Year's around the world is the topic for today. And the earliest record of New Year occurred in Mesopotamia 2000 BC. The celebration actually occurred around mid-March. And the reason why is because for many, many years ago, the calendar ran according to the lunar cycle, not the solar cycle. Our calendar today runs under the solar cycle, but the time was the lunar cycle, and that's why they celebrated New Year's during that time. New Year's used to be the New Year's beginning in January is also a way to celebrate, to reflect on what happened the last year and reflect on what happens New Year's. And common celebrations throughout the world include a lot of amazing things. In some cultures, Lena, they even wear new clothes on their New Year, and that's one of their customs. There is singing, there is food, there is family, friends, and a lot of fun. And of course, we all know about New Year's resolutions. These are a common link between the countries around the world, and the traditions also come and started in ancient China, but also date back to times of Mesopotamians. So, yeah, and one of the biggest things about these New Year's is fireworks. Do you like fireworks?
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm afraid of them.
Oh, you're afraid of, well, if you're close to them, yes,
Yes.
but they're great to see. And we can, of course, we give the credit to China for inventing the powder for the powder. And the fireworks are said, well, you said they scare you.
Yeah.
The fireworks are believed in China that they scare away the evil spirits and they scare away the enemies. So that's one of the reasons why people use fireworks all over the world. And as we start in today's show, we have a PowerPoint presentation, and we're going to get right into it. And we are going to start with the nation of India and different things. So, Lena, take us there.
So let's start with the Festival of Lights, which is a lunar festival that is celebrated for 5 days in mid-November by those of Hindu culture and faith. Celebrating Diwali includes lighting oil lamps, string lights displays, fireworks, and sand designs. People thoroughly clean their homes to welcome the goddess of wealth.
Oh, well, nice.
Yeah, a few hours of the evening are set aside to pray to the goddess of wealth and fortune, Lakshmi. At night, it is said she enters the home to bless families with wealth and goodwill.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, we're soon there. The Lunar New Year. So the Lunar New Year, celebrated in late January to the early February, and celebrated in Chinese cultures late January through early February. And in China, they have this amazing tradition where they literally hang papers all over their house and they write notes for good health, good fortune, and good luck. I think that's cool.
That's
Writing notes, hanging them on the wall as they welcome the new year. In the United States, of course, we close the streets in many cities and towns, and we have parades. And those are, we have also lion dancers, and wish everyone they come across good luck. The streets are covered with confetti and firecrackers and are lit to scare also evil spirits and welcome the new year. Let's look at some of the Thai culture.
The Thai, they celebrate Songkran. It's celebrated in mid-April over 2 days, and common meals during the celebration include rice, chicken curry, and noodle dishes. And it's a water festival. This means people are just throwing water at you. You're walking down the street and they throw water at you.
Yeah, can you imagine just getting wet all day long?
No.
But I heard that the temperature there is so hot, so it feels great actually to be getting wet all day long, so it's refreshing.
Yeah, and water symbolizes the washing away of the bad from the previous year.
That's great.
Yeah. So let's look at the next.
Well, we're looking at Muharram, which is the Islamic New Year. It starts in late August and goes until mid-September. The majority of the people celebrate by attending prayer sessions and spending time with their family. During this time, it is important to focus on self-reflection, remembrance, and gratitude. People often fast during this time, but lighter meals of nuts, dates, and yogurt are allowed and common after the sun goes down. So that's a good way. And then Rosh Hashanah.
This is celebrated in mid-September, and common foods people eat during this time include pomegranate seeds in hopes of having a year of good deeds and fish heads to lead, not follow.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Apple-
Well, go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
No problem. Apples dipped in honey is a sweet treat eaten during this time. And this holiday commemorates the creation of the world and marks the beginning of the Days of Awe, a 10-day period of introspection and repentance that culminates in a Yom Kippur holiday, also known as the Day of Atonement.
The only days.
Yes, and it's in the Jewish religion.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk about North America, but before we go into North America, we have a very special fun session. Since this is New Year, I have some questions to ask for well, Lena, you have some questions and I'll have some questions. So
Yeah.
go ahead, you just start.
What food should you avoid on New Year's?
I don't know, what food should we try?
Firecrackers.
That's good. You know what is Corn's favorite holiday?
No.
It's New Year's Day. Okay.
What's a cow's favorite holiday?
What is it?
New Year's Day Eve.
Oh, New Year's, nice. Why do you need a jeweler on New Year's Eve?
Oh, I bet you're gonna tell me.
Oh, that's to ring in the new year.
And what happened to the man who shoplifted a calendar on New Year's Eve?
I don't know, what happened then?
He got 12 months.
Very good. Ba-bum. What do you say when saying goodbye on New Year's Eve? You say, see you next year.
What's a New Year's resolution? Something that goes in one year and out the other.
That's good, that's a good one.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Abby.
Abby who?
Happy New Year!
Oh, Happy New Year, very good. Well, since we're very, very funny, I wonder where you can find comedians on New Year's Eve. You have them waiting on the punchline.
What do you call always wanting a date for New Year's Eve?
What?
Social Security.
Very good, very good. Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Howie.
Howie who?
How are we gonna stay up till midnight? I'm tired. Well, my friend asked me the other day where I see myself in the new year. And I said, how would I know? I don't have 2021 vision.
Why should you put your new calendar in the freezer? To,
Why?
to start off the new year in a cool way.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All right. Well, let's go back to serious stuff and let's talk about the culture in the United States. Of course, we are moments away, days away from the New Year's, and the famous ball in New York, it gets dropped down in Times Square, New York City. This was inspired by the Martine tradition of dropping a time ball so sailors could adjust their chronometers while at sea. The ball drop has been a tradition since 1907 as a way to bring a new year while also attracting visitors to New York City. People celebrate at home here in America, often together with those family friends. They play games, they spend time with family, they watch movies, they watch football, toast champagne, depending on age, right? At midnight.
Yes.
And also people celebrate together at parties after getting dressed up and toasting till midnight. So that's what's common around the United States.
Yeah.
And in Mexico, which is my hometown, and I talked about in our previous show about Mexico traditions, but in Mexico we have a tradition with lentils, which is something that we do and people use in Mexico for good luck. Whether they're left outside the home or cooked in dishes, or you can store them in your pocket.
In your
Keep
pocket?
lentil in your pockets for good luck. Also, famous tradition is to eat 12 grapes in 60 seconds. So as soon as the new year hits, the first 60 seconds is to eat 12 grapes, just for good luck. And another tradition is to put money in shoes to symbolize good fortune. So you just need to make sure that your shoes is not too stinky,
Yeah.
and you just put your money there. And another tradition in Mexico is the piñatas, which that's very common, and I grew up, hearing things. That's probably why I like to break things, because I like to break piñatas. And packing a suitcase symbolizes your hope for adventure for that next year. So that was, I think there was something about Colombia too.
Yeah, let's see. In hope of new adventures in a new year, residents carry around empty suitcases on New Year's Eve. So you have full suitcases and they have empty ones.
And so we fill them and Colombians empty them.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So let's see what Brazil has.
Let's keep going in South America and see how South America celebrates New Year.
In Brazil, people often wear special underwear on New Year's Eve. Red is said to bring love in the new year, and yellow is thought to bring money. This is a very common belief in other Central and South American countries as well.
Wow.
Is it in Mexico?
No, not in Mexico.
Nothing.
Another tradition in South America is in the nation of Chile. And of course, this is a very strange tradition in the country of Chile. And the tradition is that you spend the night in the cemetery. The Chileans, so the tradition is said to believe that the spirits of the party's family and friends come on New Year's Eve to hang out with them during that time. So they go to the cemetery and they make fires, they bring food and drinks, and they just do a huge party, and they decorate the gravestones. And the next country we have Argentina. Argentina also celebrates New Year with a lot of fireworks displays. People drink champagne and toast at midnight. Some cities such as La Plata, a straw of sandust doll is built on New Year's, which they're called the Old Year. And when the clock marks the beginning of the new year, this doll catches on fire and they burn it up as a symbolism of goodbye old world. Another holiday superstition is gifting women different garments for good luck. Time is spent with family and friends at the beach since New Year's is on summertime in Argentina. Remember, we are in the southern part of the hemisphere.
Yes. So let's go
Let's
to the
go
next.
to
The continent.
continent. Let's go to Africa. Let's look at PowerPoint in Africa.
Fireworks and celebrations are typical throughout the whole continent. In South Africa, they spend New Year's Eve cleaning their houses,
That's a
throwing
good
out
thing.
old furniture and appliances out windows. It's not uncommon. You're throwing out stuff out the window?
You better not be walking on that sidewalk.
Yes. So,
All right, from Africa we go up north to Europe, and we'll take a look at Spain. In Spain, it's also customary to eat 12 grapes during the New Year celebration. Each and at each stroke of the clock at midnight, each grape is said to represent good luck for every month of the year. In Madrid and Barcelona, people gather in main squares to eat grapes and to party.
so let's look at Denmark. There, people greet the new year by throwing all plates and glasses against doors to banish bad spirits. Then they also stand on chairs and jump off them at midnight to leap into the new year.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about Greece. What do people do in Greece for New Year? In Greece, an onion is hung in front of the door or in the windows of homes as a symbol of rebirth in the new year. On New Year's Day, parents wake their children up by tapping them on their heads with the onion. Interesting.
Yes. And in Scotland, the first person to enter home in the new year should carry a gift for luck.
Wow.
And bonfire ceremonies are also popular.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
So
And let's go to
Germany, my home country. So we call New Year's Eve Silvester in Germany, Silvester. And we have a couple of traditions. Like if somebody, you don't, like wishing someone luck or how to get through New Year's Eve, we say Guten Rutsch, which basically means have a good slide.
Can you say it again?
Guten Rutsch.
Guten Rutsch.
Yes.
I tried.
It was good.
I tried.
It was good. And so basically you're supposed to slide into the new year.
Oh, wow. Cool. Cool.
We also have lucky charms, which we give around New Year, which symbolize like the person you give it to another person, so you wish them good luck in the new year.
Nice.
And for our New Year Eve's parties, it's not uncommon to have a big bowl of bolle. And this is a must-have party drink usually, and it's typically combining fruits, alcohol, and juice. There are also no alcohol versions, but
Okay.
yeah.
They're not alcoholic. Okay.
And on New Year's Eve, we enjoy a lot of food, and it takes hours
To eat, like
to eat. Like,
so it's like a huge party, like another Christmas kinda.
yeah, but it's longer. You
Oh,
eat for
wow.
hours. Like
Wow.
you just sit on a table.
And you just eat.
Yes, and we have like little grills that are on the table, and then you have little pans that you put under, and it takes time.
Yeah.
So what else are you supposed to do on New Year's, right?
Right.
And we are looking into the future by melting lead.
Mm-hmm.
So for this New Year's custom, we heat a little piece of lead or tin melt in a spoon and held it over a small flame so it melts, and then you throw it into water.
Uh-huh.
And then whatever comes out, you take it out like this shape or
Uh-huh.
whatever it is, and then you're supposed to look into the future, what's going to happen to you.
Oh wow, so it's like a way to predict in the
Yes.
future. Interesting. Never heard of that
Yeah.
before.
And
That's awesome.
that's something my family does.
Uh-huh.
Like there is this cult classic Dinner for One,
Uh-huh.
and we watch it over and over again each year on New Year's Eve.
This is a movie.
Now it's a little sketch,
Okay.
and like it's a sketch, a British sketch from 1963, and it was broadcasted the first time in 1963 in Germany, and since then it has been aired on December 1st for many years and becoming the most frequently repeated TV program ever.
Wow.
It's in English.
So it's a tradition.
Yes, for my family it is.
Uh-huh.
It for sure is. It's in English, but the humor is easy to get. An aristocrat woman celebrates her 19th birthday. Her butler represents the absent guests, like he's covering for them.
Mm-hmm.
He gets drunk and repeating the same procedure as every year. You have to watch it. It's, oh my God, I like it. And for some people, it's a tradition to listen to our chancellor's New Year's speech.
Mm-hmm.
We usually, maybe sometimes we watch it, but not really. And at midnight, we have a lot of fireworks that people set off. Like, I don't, I'm afraid of them, not happening. I can watch them, but that's it. and we drink some sparkling wine, and then we wish a happy new year. Frohes neues Jahr.
Do you guys stay up all night, or do you guys go sleep after the midnight?
Well, there are some people who party, but not really.
Not really.
We go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how we do it.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot something. We say Prosit Neujahr.
Prosit no
Prosit, and this means may it succeed.
Oh, may you succeed in the new year.
Prosit
Oh,
may
awesome.
may it succeed.
Fun,
Yeah.
fun.
And that's how we do it in Germany.
And now we're jumping from Russia all the way to Asia. And we come right to the Philippines. So what do people do in Philippines, Lena?
They have round shapes that are all displayed all over the New Year's Eve to symbolize coins and represent prosperity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and similar to Spain, they eat 12 grapes at midnight,
Okay.
one for each month of the year.
Wow.
And many people often wear polka dots for good luck.
Cool.
So what do the people do in China?
Well, in China, as you can see there in our PowerPoint, we have red envelopes that are handed out to family and friends, often containing money and well wishes. Families celebrate New Year's Eve by having large meals or roasted meats, assorted vegetables, and seafood. On New Year's Day, however, their meals are strictly vegetarian. What about that?
Well, let's go to Japan. They celebrate at home with the family, in which they clean and decorate the home. They use natural decorations such as pine branches, plum blossoms, and bamboo.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. So we go from China, we go down to Oceania, the southern part of the east, and we have Australia. In Australia, thousands of people gather at the world-known Opera House in Sydney to watch fireworks and water display shows. That will be a fun thing to see at least once in a
Yes.
lifetime. And then what about New Zealand?
They have fireworks, live entertainment, and dancing, and they have party cruises in Auckland.
Wow, cool.
Yes,
That must be cool.
and it's something you should try probably
I
if
know.
you have time.
Yeah.
And camping is popular to do if you're from a smaller area and want to see the bigger city's fireworks.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, this is, we've come to the conclusion of our this episode. It's been great learning and seeing the cultures around the world. Thank you, Lena, so much for being with me today. And it's great to see what's happening around the world, huh?
Yes, and thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So we wish you all you ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year.